I was kind of in a spot in my life where I was a little stuck, frustrated. I wouldn't go so far as to say depressed, but it was towards that vein. She told me what she was doing, and I found it intriguing, but I didn't take action. And then a friend posted on Facebook how much Siri had helped her. This was like 3 or 4 months later, and I called. I think I emailed. I can't remember. Within like 2 minutes of seeing that post, because it was kind of the universe nudging me. And so that's how I decided to start working with Siri. I had known her, I felt comfortable, and I thought this is the time. I didn't have any specific expectations. I went into it knowing I needed something. I needed all the things I had been doing to get unstuck weren't working. And it had been, I don't remember, 2-3 years where I just felt like I kept beating my head against the wall and, believing if I just worked hard enough, if I just, I could tackle this. And it wasn't working. So I just needed new ideas, but I didn't know for sure what to expect. Mm-hmm. But I was open to whatever may come. I felt like prior to the coaching, I was like the image that's coming to mind is like driving a bumper car, and I kept kind of bumping up against the same obstacles, and they weren't moving. And so I needed a new way to get around them, and I think around them, over them, in different ways. And I think that's what the coaching brought me. There were other things we talked about, fear, and we reframed, well, what is it that you're afraid of? And when you start to name that and talk about, well, what's the worst that would happen? There were things that we talked through that were like, well, yeah, it's not so scary when you break it down. And working with Siri helped me to pull those out of the box and break it down and ask those questions. And they weren't threatening questions. They were just, okay, let's take it apart and simplify this big thing you've created as scary, and let's just take it apart, break it down. With sense of humor, thank God. Siri's sense of humor often helps. Sense of humor is a necessity in life. She always was able to pull up something interesting, unique, a different way to look at something, or different ways of motivating, different ways of looking at things. And it seemed like every session there was, I took notes. I have my notebook here. I took all kinds of notes of aha moments, sayings, things that just helped me reframe different ways of thinking of something. And it wasn't, just motivational sayings. They were really, really specific to what we were talking about, to what I was working through. And that came from a really attentive listening. It was really clear that when Siri started a call with me, she was all in the moment. For me, it's anybody who's feeling stuck, feeling in a rut, however you want to describe that. Anybody who is there in life. Siri, I think, can really help. Really helped. I've said it a couple of times. Hit the reset button. I needed a reset button and I didn't know where it was. So, yeah, anyone who's feeling that, anyone who's feeling stuck, I have recommended Siri and Smiling Wellness several times and will continue to do so.